Hello, Happy New Year. So I'm by myself because everybody in the household is ill. And I want to talk about West Side Story. They haven't seen the film, yes, partly because they're ill, but partly because they didn't want to see it. They just rather talk about, they really want to see Spider Man, which is okay because it's awesome. But so is West Side Story. Today I really want to talk about West Side Story. And I really want more people to see it. And those who have seen it, can you please give nice comments below? So, I want to add that 1960s West Side Story was one of my favourite films. And I was really excited about the remake that was supposed to be out in 2020, but of course it didn't happen. But I think this, with it being 60 years later, it was a good time to release it, but not many people have seen it. So, taking upon the people's comments, oh, this is an unnecessary remake. I don't think it is. I think it's very necessary. Things that filmmaking has changed a lot, and things that was made 60 years ago, you can do now. This remake's a lot grittier. It's longer because the characters are more fleshed out. There's more story. You understand where people are coming from. I think when I was watching this, it made me think of what ifs. All those people know the story. So let's say, what if Maria and Tony never met? What if Tony put his hand of friendship towards Bernardo, and Bernardo said, "Yeah, sure, yeah, you could be you're my sister's boyfriend." But that didn't happen, did it? Why not? It tells you why not in this film. It tells you that Tony has spent some time in prison. That he really wanted to change. He didn't want to become the person he was going to become. He didn't want to be caught up in the cycle of violence that these young people were. He wanted something better for himself, and meeting Maria made him want to do that. So he's not such a goody two shoes. He can have a violent side, but he's wanting to change, and that says a lot for him. Why was the Jets like they were? Yeah, it tells you in the original film, they were basically offspring of parents that were drug addicts, alcoholics, very poor. They were neglected basically because they weren't looked after. And although they turned out to be not such nice people, I think the Jets, I think it's all right to judge and say, yeah, they were bad people, but, there's more to it than that. The Sharks, they were immigrants, they were hard workers, and I admire them more, but yeah, they didn't want to be caught up in all this violence. They were proud people, but they didn't really want to. They had to fight back, but they didn't really want to. So Bernardo, I think, wanted to protect his younger sister from all this, and he saw Tony as a threat. Maybe unnecessarily, but he was just being a good big brother. So yeah, the characters are more fleshed out. We have somebody who was trans. Back in the original, he was just like a tomboy. But these days, it's a lot more current and relevant. And you're allowed to make those changes. We have different characters, songs that are sung by different people. I don't like remakes that are completely shot-for-shot scene. At first, I was never too keen on the original, you know, with the dance scene. But this added an extra, something more with paint cans, and they were defacing the Puerto Rican flag on the wall. Yeah, they weren't very nice. And it wasn't shot for shot. We have Rita Moreno, who so nicely ties in with the 1960s film, and she's given her own song. And she's this little old lady who's a shop owner of Doc, who was in the original film, but now she's Doc's widow. And that's a nice touch, I think. And she was given a song. And she's this little old lady in her 80s, but she's still got it. She's still really good. But talking of the character played by Rita Moreno as Anita, this Anita, Ariana DeBose, is just brilliant. She really is. I mean, some people could say, I want famous people in the film. Maybe they're not famous yet, but they should be because they are really good actors. I think they outshone the 1960s version, and I hate to say this because I used to love the actors. I was a great admirer of Natalie Wood, but these young actors now were absolutely brilliant, and they deserve a chance. And we all know Steven Spielberg is a brilliant director. And I was quite surprised that he was doing a musical, but he really did a good job. So, let's get it off. I'd like to get this off my chest. So, I want to encourage everybody to see it. If you've missed it at the cinema, encourage it on streaming. Buy it whenever you can. And let's look at the issues. Gun crime, knife crime, discrimination, police bullying, really having a need to fit in, poverty. 60 years later, the sad thing is, these still exist. So I started off by saying Happy New Year. Well, it's sad that these things still exist, but I've 2022, I'm hopeful. Things have got to change. And let's get more bottoms on seats, please. If you're not unwell, that is. And I'd like to wish you all a Happy New Year, a peaceful New Year, full of hope and liveliness and love. It's a bit corny, I know, but I'm sorry, it's true. That's what I wish you all. Hope my family get better, and I hope to take them more to the cinema. And bye for now.